I have 4 children, and only one of them is human. My oldest is 16. His name is Mr. Darcy. He's beautiful. He's moody. He's aristocratic. And he sleeps a lot. Once a week, I strip his bedding and wash it, which takes somewhere between 1 and 2 hours. And during that time, Mr. Darcy howls and follows me from room to room, despite having multiple couches, chairs, a heating pad, and his exclusive favorite blanket available to him. No. This is clearly an act of cruelty or insubordination. He paces, he frets, and he looks at me with utter disgust, as though I have committed some unforgivable offense. How dare I clean his bed? Next in line is my actual human child. Piper is 8.5, growing like a weed, and is still learning what one is actually supposed to do with big feelings. Since she has no biological siblings, she has appointed herself chief arguer and tattletale of the household pets. The other day, I asked her to babysit the youngest child, Edgar, in her room while I tended to Mr. Darcy. This arrangement lasted approximately 15 minutes before Edgar was forcibly ejected and Piper shouted, "Stop chewing on my things!" at top volume. So that went well. Then there's Boof. Boof is third in line and deep in what I can only describe as canine terrible twos, which is somehow worse than the human version. I thought puppy training was finished. I was very, very wrong. Every command is now a suggestion. A couple of days ago, after a potty break, she wandered over to the watershed and settled in for one of her favorite hobbies, sitting in the sun and ignoring me. When I called her back inside, Piper immediately announced, "She has mud on her paws!" The informant. Boof was in fact covered in mud from toes to snout, and because Edgar currently occupies the master bathroom like a little warlord, I had to bathe Boof outside. Thankfully, the weather was warmer, but she fought me the entire time. I could almost hear her telling me that she was going to call the ASPCA. Afterward, I filled the holes she had dug with her own excrement. Motherhood is so glamorous. And then there's Edgar. Oh, Edgar. He's 18 weeks old now, and becoming increasingly feral. He's also one of the most gifted emotional manipulators that I have ever encountered. Every morning, I go into the bathroom to feed him. I set the bowl down, and I turn to leave. And then he traps me. He winds around my ankles in little figure eights, purring, brushing my legs with his soft fur like some sort of tiny siren. And I give in. I sit down. I put his favorite blanket in my lap. He eats a few bites. Then he climbs on to me, purring like a chainsaw, rolling around and staring up at me with those hypnotic sea green eyes like he's never done anything wrong in his life. Which, of course, is a lie. Mr. Darcy eats last. Before I feed him, I wash his face and inspect him, praying there are no new ailments waiting to ruin my day. His breakfast now resembles a small science experiment given all the special food and concoctions involved. And while I'm doing this, Dave is in the shower, which means Edgar has to be removed from his bathroom prison and supervised. Therefore, Edgar has the perfect opportunity to barrel into Mr. Darcy's room like he owns the place, launch himself at poor Mr. Darcy, and then start biting, clawing, and causing whatever havoc he can. Mr. Darcy protests loudly. "How dare you touch the royal fur? Mother, do something!" I scruff Edgar and remove him, but he returns almost instantly. That cat is faster than the speed of light and considerably less respectful. Dave says they need more exposure. And as much as I hate to admit it, he's probably right. I also don't want Mr. Darcy injured. So at this point, I'm trapped between two options. Either let them work it out, or let Edgar inconvenience me for the next year. This is hard. And while only one of my children is technically human, I still have 4 creatures to wrangle all day, every day. Which each of them have their own specific needs, moods, grievances, and daily opportunities for destruction. I don't think I'll ever get my bathroom back. At this point, I'm not raising a kitten. I'm living under a spell.